so much, Ravi, for letting us know. Please let your friends know, those who have cricket machines, those who are planning to buy cricket machines, that we are live, and today we are going to have an interesting session on design space.
Yeah, this is going to be quite interesting, I think, because we are quite excited about this live. We have done bits and pieces of design space when we are doing our live projects, but I think this is the first time we're doing it exclusively on the software. And yesterday, a couple of our ambassadors did it on all the machines, which is really interesting. So if you missed that, the video is saved on our Instagram page, and please go and have a look at it. And this is going to be a series. So I think if you watch all the videos at the end of the, you're going to become great experts on cricket, because there are quite a few things coming up.
Maybe not only
Yes,
not only cricket, Ranjita ji, maybe they all have their own small business. I think it's
yes,
all about, we're talking about how the cricket helps you in your small business. So yesterday, our friends Ishita and Harsha had
yeah,
told everything about the machines that India is offering, all the
yeah,
three machines. Today we'll be talking about the software design space, and then
yeah.
you also have other ambassadors talking about the packaging, the
Packaging.
pricing, and also the
Yes,
photography, which is the most
yeah.
important
I
part for a small
think
business.
as ambassadors and people who do use Instagram a lot, they are pretty excited about the last session.
Yes. And let me tell you, Anup is a fantastic
Yeah,
guy who does amazing videos and photographs. So yeah, you'll really learn
yeah.
something new from him.
And Yoga, you're going to buy a machine, I see. I mean, we're pretty excited that you're going to be part of the cricket family now. So if you want to choose what machine to buy, you can watch yesterday's video. If you want to see what this machine can, what the software can do with the machine, you can watch today's video. And then I think following us with the other videos should help you make a final decision. I hope you get a machine soon. And now we have exciting offers. There is up to 30% off on materials and on machines. So you please do go and check it out.
So we'll
Hi,
wait
Crystallize.
for Ranjita ji, maybe another 1 more minute.
Yeah, another 5 minutes. I think it's 4:25.
Okay.
So, hi, Crystallize. The same goes for you. Congratulations on making a decision to buy the machine. Uh, please check out yesterday's video and do stay till the end, because today is going to be pretty exciting, because we're going to give you some pro tips at the end of the video. So I think
And
I don't know.
another thing, please feel free to drop in as many questions as you
Yes.
want on design space. We have an expert, Ranjita ji, with us today. So that's why it's very important for you all to ask tons and tons of questions so she can answer all of them. I will be the person telling all the questions that I see and read here, and she'll be the one who's going to answer
Yeah,
most of the questions, in
I'm
fact,
going to
all
be
of
on
them.
the dock. So anybody who wants to kill me, you have the
Yes.
freedom to do that today.
So today we are going to make Ranjita ji speak non-stop on
Yes.
design space. So keep on dropping tons and tons of questions so we can have as many questions and how as many problems that you guys are facing in design space. Ranjita ji, do you want to we can start now?
Yeah, I'm just signing in. Do
Okay.
mind just when we can start.
Hello everyone, those who have joined us late. Rohan, Ruhi, you can write Hindi not directly on the design space. You will have to upload it as a image. Facing some issues in the foiled cardstock and intricate cuts. Maybe your settings is not correct. Please make sure you clean your blade while you are cutting. Sometimes small debris are left on the end of the blade, and that just makes the blade go a little bit haywire. So just clean the blade when you're cutting a foil cardstock. For intricate cuts, maybe you can select the setting for cardstock with intricate cuts. Lavanya, this video will be saved on the Cricket India page, and yes, it will be very useful. We are going to cover as many tools in design space as possible. Shirt and mug. For Joy, for the machines, you can please go through yesterday's um,
Video.
video. They have talked about all the machines there. For t-shirts, we have iron-on vinyls, and for mugs, you can use a permanent vinyl, which is has a strong adhesive and does not go off easily with washing.
Uh, Raina, I think you can take note of Crafty Mama's question. How can I use Arabic font in design space? When you're talking about it, fonts, we can kind of give them a short note. Guys, yes, one thing we would like to put across before we start. This is going to be like a 30,000 foot view of the software. It's not going to be extremely specific because this is just an introduction to software, and we will only be sticking to questions related to software, not on everything else. We will be doing future videos where we'll be going a little more in depth on different aspects of the software and different aspects of the machine. So just please bear with us. This is just a basic introduction to software, and we'll be giving you a little more details about what the software can do for you. And this is mainly meant for people who are running their own business, either small or big, and you can use the software for your business. So that is what we are going to do today. So if at any time you have any other questions, just keep dropping in those
Yeah,
questions. But we will get back to you. Maybe at the end of the video, if we still have time, we will get back to you, or at least we will message you later.
yeah, but we
Is that fine,
do
guys?
keep on
We just
dropping
want to put, yeah.
all the questions so we can answer them as much as possible. And yes, as Ranjita ji said, the issues with materials or with the machine, maybe in the end we can talk about it if we are left with the time.
Uh, Rainman, no, you don't need to apologize. We just want you to know what we are planning today so that we can address the issues for you. We really want to fix the issues for you, but now this live is only going to be about design space. That's what we wanted to convey. So I think it's time, Raina. You want
Yes,
to start?
yes. So hi everyone, welcome to Cricket India. I am Raina Gupta from FB Mom Goes Crafty, along with my fellow crafter friend Ranjita ji. Ranjita ji, would you want to give your...
Hi guys, I'm Ranjita, as Raina mentioned, and my page is RanjiR2009 on Insta. I also have a Facebook page under the same name, and please join us. Please invite yourselves into our group. We also have a Cricket underscore India group underscore in, which is the Cricket India group, and there are lots of members there. And we all have a lot of fun with our machines with crafting. So it'll be nice if you all could just go in and subscribe to our channels, and especially to the Cricket Club India on Facebook and Cricket underscore in on Insta. And before we start, there's some really exciting news since yesterday. We've been having huge sales up to 30% off on our materials and quite a lot off on machines. So please go in and check it out. We are on Flipkart, on Amazon, and cricketindiastore.com. So please go and check out these sites. We'll be posting the links for all these for the Cricket India store consistently in the chat. So please go and check it out also, so that whatever you learn and whatever you understand, you can go and buy the machine after these lives, and then you can take a call. But these are really easy to use and really fun machines to have.
So for today's session, we have me and Ranjita ji have decided we'll go like a podcast. I'll be asking her lots of questions while also reading your questions, so she can answer. I'll be also be there to help her and answer on the sites, but so that you guys have the words that is connected to the design space, and if you want, you know what exactly goes with the words, so we can. So Ranjita ji, before everything else, we've talked a lot about design space, design space. What exactly is design space?
Okay, design space, or is usually referred to as DS by crafters, is actually the application. Like we have different apps on our phones and on our laptops, or our desktop. So this is an application that is used to connect our creativity with the machine. It is a bridge. So we do all our designing using design space, and we send it to the machine, and the machine recreates whatever we have created. So this is just an application that is created exclusively for cricket. It's a cricket application
Is it a
that we need
is
to
it an
download.
application free application? Can I use it how do I, where do I get it from? Like, do I have to
It
buy
is
the
it's
application?
available on Play Store. It is available on for the iOS formats as well. So you can download it into your phones. You can download it into your laptops. You can download it into your iPads, your Android tablets, and your desktop. So any platform that uses applications, you can download Cricut and use. It is such a versatile software.
So, Ranjitaji, from the user's point of view, I want to get to understand and tell them that can any other software work with Cricut, or do we need only Design Space to work with the Cricut machines? Is there any other way that we can use the machines directly?
See, we can use files that have been created in other softwares. So suppose you create a SVG, the software uses format called SVG. That is one of the formats the software uses. So all your cut files are in what's called scalable vector graphic. And these files can be created from anywhere. You can use Adobe, you can use uh, Draw, you can use Sure
Canva.
Cuts a lot, you can use Make the Cut. There are so many softwares that create SVG. So you can create an SVG, save it into your computer, and you can upload it and use. And there is no payment linked to whatever you create and upload.
Okay.
Okay,
So
so
that means
that
Design
is it
Space
is
is
free. The
needed. So
software
Design
is
Space.
free.
Okay.
The software design
Okay.
space, when you're to download the software, it is free. It is totally free to use your own scalable vector graphics.
Also,
So it is
Ranjitaji,
so if you are a creator and if you are planning on creating a particular project, suppose you want to design your own logo and you save it in the SVG format, you can just use that file to create, and there is no cost involved in that at all.
and I also want to understand when I go on the Play Store, sometimes I see Design Space Beta and Design Space Live. Is there a difference between both the
That's
application? Which one am I supposed to download?
your like the beta version is a developing version, so it is like it's a live developing version, and the live version is what it's like a standardized version. So if you're it depends on your usage. If you want to be up to date with the most current version or the changes that the Cricut is doing, like for example, Cricut is doing so many changes of late. If you go to our Cricut official website where the CEO Ashish Arora posts, he's like the past 1 week he's been putting up so many posts saying that there are so many changes. I as a Cricut design space user, I am really excited about that. So we can use this the beta version to get to know what are the new changes that have come out, if you're really excited about having an application that is totally up to date. The live version is a standard version where everything is, once the beta version is processed and all the nicks and bugs have been fixed, then it moves into the live
So
version.
beta
So it depends on
version is a
how
good.
you want it.
So
Yes,
okay, got
but
it.
beta version is very good, but it depends. Like if you feel that no, it is too glitchy, or like because when they're making changes, there will be some kind of glitches in the software. So if you feel
Okay.
that you don't want that, you want to. So it's up to you. You just need to go into your settings and just change it. That's all.
So Ranjita ji, now since we are talking about small business in our talk, so I want to see what kind of products would you be making for your own business. I can also show them what kind of products they can think that they can sell in the market by just designing on the design space and cutting using the cutting machines.
So when we talk about a small business, okay, packaging is everything, in the sense that the way we present our products to our clients. I mean, the first impression is the best impression, right? So what will a small business person need? He needs to have a proper box to put his item in. He needs to have proper tags. He needs to have his logo presented in a beautiful way on the box, and he also needs to put a thank you card inside, something that is personalized. And you can not only personalize your thank you cards and your thank you stickers, you can also personalize your own products and give it. So this the scalability of the software and the machine is so much that if one of your clients wants one thing done, you can do it for him. If the same client wants 50 things done, you can do it for him. He wants 500 things done, you can do it for him. Okay, so it is just in your capacity. So it depends on you, and you have such a variety to offer to your clients. Like I have clients who have gone to big people and they've said, no, ma'am, you need to order minimum 500 pens with names. We can't do 50 or 25. And then they come to me. and I can do it easily with my machine. In just one click of a button, it gets done. It's nothing like, it's not too complicated. It is very, very easy to do.
So just for an example, like
Yeah.
these are the ones that we have made
Yes.
using
These are like,
the
yeah,
design
right. Now you
space.
can show some of the things you have done.
So these are the gift tags.
Yeah.
These really sell too much. Too many people, they would usually order it. Then the cake toppers. So these are all
Yes.
the things that I make,
Yes.
and I have designed them using the design space. There's no any other software that I use. I have designed them purely on the design space
Yes.
uh, itself. Now, since the Christmas is coming, I have some Christmas tags there, um, greeting cards.
Yes.
So, Ranjita ji, how easy is design space? Should we like show them now
Yeah.
the
I'm just going to
hero
move my
cards?
move my
Yes.
phone, so people, if those who have problems, just be aware that I'm moving my screen to moving my phone so that you can see my screen. This is the software open home page.
Ranjita ji, your screen is tilted. No, you
Yeah, it
need
is.
to. Yeah.
But if you
Yeah.
do it, I don't think I'd be. Yeah, it's better now
Yeah. But your screen is little bit away, so you need to bring it in the center.
because I'm not able to see when it's done. Can you see now? Is it better?
Yeah. Better. Yeah. Now
Okay,
it's
just
better.
full, right? Okay. So this is the home screen that you see when you first log in. You have to create an email ID. Okay, this is my company the access that I have. So this is an unpaid version. I have a personal one that is paid, and this is an unpaid version. Okay. So this is the home screen that you have, and this home screen is literally your playground. Is it clear, guys? Is my screen clear for you? Okay. So now if
Yes,
you look at
Ranjita
the
ji.
home screen, you see, like, if especially for a person who's just opened design space, or who has just started or downloaded design space, this screen is going to be so exciting for them, because you start off with, in small projects, or you have a tab that tells you how to do different things. Then all the upcoming celebrations, like if it was the like in September, October, it was Diwali, we had a tab called Diwali. And then, because Thanksgiving is coming up, Christmas is coming up, and like the year end, the teachers programs are coming up, like you're saying, going to say goodbye to your teacher in December. So, and you need to understand, this is a US based software, so their year runs January to December. Ours runs April to March. So there is a difference there, but we need to accept that this is an American machine, and the software is American. And then you also have what has been introduced this week. Like for this week, what are all the new designs that are there? You have contributing artists, and they create beautiful designs for us. You also have the options for stickers. Then you have the cricket community that have uploaded whatever they have used design space to make. So the inspiration here is endless. You have generic. You also have specific ones like Sesame Street. And you also have some Disney products that you can use. And these are all like whatever project people have searched for in the past 1 week or the past 1 month. That is also a tab here. Okay. So these are all that you can see. This, look at all the tabs that just run through on top. And
So
then
I want the
whatever.
viewers to
Yeah.
understand that there is a very good tab on the design space,
Yes.
how to. On clicking on how to, you can see how a project is made, how different blades you can use it. So all the information you can go. You don't have to go and search on YouTube. Everything is there on the design space. By just clicking on how to, you can get all the information, as you can see on Ranjita ji's screen. So please feel free, download the app. Play with the app, go to the how to and see how the projects have been made.
Yeah, and you also have written guidelines. So suppose there is some particular problem you're running into all the time. Like for me, for example, when I started, I had a lot of problems with what mat do I use with what. So all that I need to do was I just went into this written guide, and I just picked out the mat information. So I always have it. I have it on my phone. I have it in my laptop. So like suppose I'm just thinking about a project, I'm wondering what mat do I use with this material. I just need to go and click on that, and it tells you. And then you have, see, you also have tips for cricket materials, and you also, it also tells you how you can share, save and share. So like this software, for example, if you save up one of your designs, in well, when we go into the software, I will show you, if you can save your, if you save your designs and you click it for offline use, you can use it even without the internet. Okay, the software can be used without the internet if your project have been saved for offline use. So that is extremely interesting. So a lot of times we think, uh, like I have a Cricut Joy, like yesterday, like Harsha mentioned, it just goes into a small tote bag. So if I save my patterns, I don't need the internet. I can go anywhere and just use my phone or my laptop and cut out whatever I want. So that is another extremely strong point with Cricut. And here you have all the written guides, and you can just download these and see. These are totally free. So you actually don't need to have a class with anybody. You just need to spend a little bit of time every day going through all these the endless numbers of material that people have put up there here. And then you also have videos teaching you what to do. And along with these videos, you have designs that people have selected and kept for you to create. So for example, if I click on this canister label, it'll go into, it'll directly take you to your playground where you can go and resize and just cut. That's it. It's as simple as that. Like, you really do, it is totally, like, it's mind boggling how easy they have made this. And then suppose you only have paper, it gives you paper projects that you can use, and plus you have quite a few samples of different things that you can use with paper. Suppose you want some flowers, the flowers are here. So all the things that people, like, all generic items that people want to do or think of doing, it is already here. Okay, so just in case you want to do, other than that, like if you want only to do paper projects, you don't want anything else, you can just click on paper projects. Okay, it will give you all the projects that people that are currently looked into, or what they think, they're like, what all you can do. You can make flowers, you can make 3D boxes, you can make banners, birthday banners, cake toppers. So all this inspiration is already there for you. So it is literally a no-brainer, as you would call it. It is just so
Yeah,
easy
and
for
so
people to
as
develop.
Ranjita ji say, literally no brainer. And why we are using it is because when you're doing a small business, you want to save time.
Yeah,
So with design space, with the amount of projects and the images that's available, by just using them into your business, you save time on designing, you save time on making something. So saving time means saving the money, which means you
yeah,
can earn better. So that's one thing that you have to keep in mind, how quick you can design something, or what's available there that you can use, and you can sell it.
yeah. And you can, like, not only do they given you the designs that you can use, they also have linked up videos of how to make these items. So, I mean, what is better for you? I mean, what is more easier than this? Like, you want to make a
It's a
hard
very,
box,
very
that's the
user
software.
friendly
Yes,
app. Everything is available. You don't have to actually go on YouTube and search for
yeah,
videos. All the videos are available on the design space itself. It's a free app. You can download without the machine, also, you can use it and see how easy it is to maneuver through the design space
yeah.
app.
And Raina, we were talking about packaging, right? So there is a
Yes.
huge tab just with different kinds of boxes that can be done. I mean, how much more easier can this get?
Ranjita
So,
ji,
like,
I think the users would want to see how the tools and all work on the designs. But should we take them to the
yeah, we
canvas
can now
now?
move. Yeah, we can just move on to the canvas now. This is their playground. So this is what you call design space. This is the space where you bring in all your designs. Okay, on this side, on the left hand side of your screen, you have all the things that you can bring onto your playground. You have this is your new tab when you want to use a new screen. Then you have templates, projects, shapes, images, text, monograms, and upload. So this is what you use to bring things onto your
Ranjita ji,
workspace.
is it possible to use the back camera so that people can see clearly, because it's coming as mirrored? Is it possible to do a back camera and show them?
I need to move my phone. Okay.
I have few questions. Meanwhile, somebody has asked, is it necessary to pay for design space? No, it is not necessary to pay. You can continue using the free. It is a free software. You can use it without taking a membership. We'll be talking it about towards the end of the um, video. Convert SVG to PNG. There are tons of softwares available, free softwares available online where you can convert the PNGs to SVGs. The matte stickiness, just clean up, just wipe it with the baby wipes. I think that would clean up your mats. Again, I would say just go through the videos on the Cricut India. I think Suman had once posted how to clean your mats.
Is this better, Raina?
Yeah, and just the camera a little bit down. Yes, Ranjita ji, little bit on the right. Yeah, now the screen
Okay.
is
I
visible
think
nicely.
is it aligned correctly, the screen?
A little bit crooked, but it's still fine.
Okay. Because
Yes,
I
now
can't go
it's
lower than this.
perfectly fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I hope everybody can see my screen now better. Because I like I told you, so on the left hand side of your screen, you have all these tabs, and these each one is a different tab, and these are
Ranjita ji,
things
just on the
that
left,
you
we can't see the left tab. Just move the. Yeah, yeah.
okay. So this is
Yes.
so you have your different things here that, and these are the things that you use to move things that from the background of the software, like we saw all the on the home page, we saw all those projects, we saw all those images, all those projects and images. You can just, by the click of one button here, you can go in and pick up what you want. Okay. So, and let me show you. So let me just take a shape. So this is a circle that I want to add. Okay. So you have the circle here. So as soon as you bring something into your workspace, you can see that the line on top lights up. So this line tells you all the things that you can do with the shape. So this line tells you what you can bring into your workspace, and this line tells you what you can do with the stuff that is on your
So
workspace. Okay, and
when
this,
what you can do with the stuff means the sizing, which
yeah,
is very important
it
when you're
talks
doing
about
your
the
business.
operation. Like
Yes.
you can cut, draw, foil, or score, or you can print and cut, and then it tells you about how to create an offset. It tells you different sizing. It tells you what position you want this circle to be on your mat when you go in for cutting. So there are so many options here. Like each option has got a drop down. So uh, you can move, you can play around with this, and you can and create, like you suppose you add another shape. There is another tab that you can use to align it, to flip it, to change it. So this is extremely smart software, and it has got a lot of the best options from other design software they've included into Design Space here.
Ranjita ji, is it possible to change the color of the shape if my
Yes.
design needs some other color?
See, suppose you have okay, you have a circle here, and then you have and you need a square. Okay, so I have a circle and a square, and I want to cut this square in a red color. So I just go in here and I change. There are not only main primary colors tabbed here, but you also have the advanced option where you can go in and maybe change it to a different color that is not available on the palette. Okay, and if you look at it, the color is already changed. So even before I close the tab, my color has already changed. Okay, so
Okay.
and then say now I just want to see how this black circle, I love to change the color of the black to maybe blue, so it is contrast. So if I want to see how this blue circle is going to look, I can just go in here and send this to back, and then I can put one on top of this. So while I'm designing, I can go in and keep changing the colors to see what looks good with what, and then set the colors on the design space itself, so that before you start it starts working, or before it goes to cut, you have already made whatever changes you want to make, you've already finished making on this. So only so if I don't click a shape, if I'm just click on the workspace, you can see that this bar switches off by itself. So that means you have not selected any item here. So if I select on this item, this bar lights up. So
And
so
Ranjita ji,
that's how it is.
how do we do images? Somebody is asking this question. We were coming
Mm-hmm.
to this. How do we add images? Can we do the same thing that you had done with the shape to like make it big, make it small? Is that possible to do
Yes,
with the
yes,
images? Are the images available on the design space?
there are tons and tons of images available, like the almost 3 lakh images available on Design Space. Suppose you want to search, let me just search Christmas, because that is what we are preparing for now.
So on the design space users, you can search what image you're looking for, and then you
Yeah.
can get many images. If you have subscribed to design space, then the number of
See,
images
without
increases. Otherwise, you
even
still have
without
tons.
subscription,
Yes,
Raina, you have 1 lakh images
you
just
have
for
one
that
lakh.
one Christmas.
So any image that has a green A means it needs to be used with a subscription.
Yeah.
So just don't use them and use the others. Otherwise, you can filter from your left hand side, which says free images. So
Yeah,
you can see how many tons of images
Raina,
are
if you look
available.
at this here, this is mine is an unpaid subscription. I
So
have
you
so
can see
many
how.
images
Yes.
without A. Can you see the number of images for just that one word Christmas? Okay, okay. Let me just go into box. Okay, people, we are talking about packaging, right? So let's just go into box and look at that. I have 10,973 boxes. Okay, and none of
So
them
you
are
can just
access.
put them on the, yeah, you can put them on the canvas and just, it's ready to cut.
Yes. So I mean, how much easier can it get? So if I click on this is what they were asking, right? Like an image,
Yes.
what you can do.
We'll
Okay.
also be
So
showing
this
you how
is
to upload your own
yeah.
image
If you
later
look,
on in
if
the,
when we add this for when we process this for display, you can see that it's got this A tab here. That means this is a paid version. But if you don't want to pay for the full access, you can read the message. It says buy now for 99 rupees or get it free with cricket access. So if you want to have access, you don't have to pay for it. But suppose you only want this one box. I mean, you're not interested in anything else. You just want to have one or two boxes that you use. Okay, you don't need. You can just pay 99 rupees and get this box. So they're not denying you the usage of the products unless you subscribe. Okay,
yeah.
you can pay for each product. You just want two boxes, you just want to have two tags, and that's all you're going to use for your business. Don't worry about it. You can just pay for that one item and you have it. You don't need to worry about access. So if you want access, you can have. If you don't want access, you don't need to have. So if you, like Raina said, you click on free,
Yeah.
then
So you can
you
see
have
tons of
32 that
images
are
that,
totally free.
yeah, those are totally free.
So others, if it's not free, you have 10,973 options available. But if you want to go only with your free option, there are still enough options free for you. There are 32 images that are totally free when you want to go. So
Then,
that
Rajita ji, why don't we take
yeah,
a flower and show them how we can work with different kinds of settings, maybe just one image.
let's just take this
Yeah.
flower, okay? So now I just want to work with this flower. I don't want to look at these two. I just go, this is what you call the layers panel. And this tells you the different elements that are available on your workspace. And you don't want to see a particular element, you just close it off. Okay, so I only want to work with this flower, so I've closed out my other images. And so these images are still here. If I want to use it later, I can come back to it. Okay, so this flower, as you can see, this has got some broad lines, and it is like I don't want this flower as is. Okay, I just want to have a background to this flower. So what do I do for that? You just go into offset. So you're going to play with this machine. So here you have the offset screen, and you can change the shape of your offset. You want it very close to the flower, you can do that. Okay, so if you see, so this is my flower and this is the offset image. Okay,
So
so
offset
if you
is
want to change
basically adding another layer in the behind
layer,
of
yes,
an image.
yeah. So and this is, I can just put it back on, and this is how my image is going to look. If I'm going to cut this out in black and I'm going to cut this out in blue, then and I can now make a beautiful tag with the background.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can use it like a gift tag or
Yes.
a cake. Maybe there is a cake topper with a floral
Yes.
design and you can have flowers. So you need a backing with a vinyl. So your black
Yes.
can be the vinyl and your blue can be a
Yes.
cardstock.
And suppose, right, I see, I don't like these, like when I'm making a tag, I don't like all these holes on my
Okay.
base. Okay, I just want it flat so I can just put the flower and then write at the back. Okay, because if I have all this, then my writing space is restricted to this small circle inside. Okay,
Correct.
I don't like that. I can can get rid of that. There is a thing called what you call contour.
So,
You just
so
go in here
contour.
and
Okay, so
yeah,
contour is the
contour is
thing.
you remove all the cuts. You only keep the basic cut. Okay, so I'm
Okay.
just, and now if you see, I've hidden all those kitty kitty itty bitty things that were getting cut off. Okay, and
So
my
from
when I
Ranjana ji,
distill
what I
is
understand is with a backing which has little cuts and all to make it as a solid one, you
yes,
can use contour which is on the right bottom, I think,
yes, in
uh,
the right
to
bottom.
make it as a whole image.
Absolutely. And see, okay, Raina, I see you said that you want to get this cut with vinyl,
Yes.
right? I don't want to get it cut with vinyl. I want to
Oh,
draw this on my tab. So I just go in here and look at the operations and I click on pen. If you
oh.
can see, this has become a drawing now.
Okay. So
Okay.
okay. So what happens when you do the pen operation? So I can see it becomes like lighter color. Can we change the color of the pen, Ranjana ji? Is
Yes,
that
you
possible?
can. Yeah, you can. You like this. This is your color tab right next to your operation. Whatever operation you have chosen, you have a color tab, and you have so many options in the different kinds of pens that Cricket has put out. Okay, so there are for each pen you have various colors. So this is like the 30 pack of colors that we use for the fine point. So you can go and change your color. So I'm using a
Okay.
blue base. I want a magenta. I want a fuchsia. So then I can just go in, and now if I put in my fuchsia pen, okay, it will draw this on my tab, my base. This is going to be my base, and this is going to be my pen operation. Okay. Now, Raina, I don't know whether you like this flower. I actually don't like this flower. I just want to remove the extra stuff. I still go back into contour and I just click off all the stuff I don't want.
So
Okay, so then now this
for
way
so
I'm changing the design that is already there. The basic design that is there in Cricut Design Space, I'm not using. Okay, I'm changing it. I'm making it.
so
Uh,
with the use of contour, you can change the look of the design. So which
yes,
means you can save time, right? You can just pick up an image or a
yes,
project from the design space and tweak it as per your requirement. So you
absolutely.
don't really have to be like an expert designer
Yeah.
to do that.
So now I just click undo and it all comes back in.
Oh, so
So how much more
just like
easier can a software be for you, right?
Ranjana ji, when you do pen, there's one thing which you all need to know this. When we have a pen, uh, what do you call it, operation, when you put it on the mat, it will not go on the cardstock. So for that, you need to use attach. If you don't
Yeah.
attach
So no,
a
let me
pen
just
to,
show them what happens.
okay,
So I have this.
perfect.
I have like if you look at the layers panel, it shows draw here and it shows the base cut, the base that we're going to cut. Okay. So I'm just going to send it to make. Okay. So I already have my maker 3 fixed here. Okay. So I'm going to change. This is where you go change the machine that you're using. So whatever machine you have, you go in here. All the machines that Cricut has put out is listed here. So you whichever machine you're going to buy, or if you already have a machine, you need to go and select your machine. Okay, and you just click on make. Okay, it will ask you whether you want to save. I just want to save this project. I'm just going to call it demo. So here you need to understand that your designs can be saved. Okay, so you also can save it either on just your cloud or you can save it on the cloud and on your computer. So you have both these options. Okay, so I'm going to save it only to the cloud. I don't want it cluttering up my computer. Okay, so this is saved. Can you see it says project saved?
Yeah.
Okay, it has been saved where it has been saved. So once you give it for cut, it'll ask you whether you want to cut it without a mat, which we use when you're using the smart material. You want to cut it on the mat, or you want to cut it on a card mat, or you want to cut it in multiple ways. There are whether you want to use a mat or without a mat also. So then you just click you want to cut it on the mat. Okay. Then it asks you. It is so precise, Raina. You can't believe it. For a beginner, you cannot like make a mistake if you follow what the machine is asking, the software is asking you to do. So now it is asking me what size mat I have. Do I have a 12-inch mat or I have a 12 by 24-inch mat? Okay. So if I regularly use my 12-inch mat, I usually select remember this selection. Okay. But I would like to miss. So what has happened now? My pen has come onto this mat. Okay. And my
Oh,
cut
yes, and and the backing is on the other mat. So
Yes.
it's
So
not
what
going
is going to
to
happen is
draw on a paper.
yes,
It's
it
going
is
to
not
draw
going
on
to
the
draw
mat.
on my blue backing, right? So I just need
Yeah.
to cancel, go back. Okay, now what I do is I select both these layers. So if you look on the right hand side, you can see it is already selected, right? The layers are already selected. So I just there is something called, I don't know if you can see it clearly. Can you see it? This
On the
lower
right
part.
column, on the right side bottom, there is,
Yeah.
yes, Ranjita ji, we
Okay.
can see your mouse. There's
Okay.
a
It says attach.
tool called
Okay.
attach.
So we just click on attach. Okay. Now let's look at the layers panel. The layers panel, it has become one. Both of them have got attached together. Earlier on, let me undo. So when I click on this, there are two layers here, right? So as soon as
Yes.
I click attach, it becomes one layer because
So
it is
how does it
attached.
look on the mat when we are
Yeah. Now
cutting it?
let's
How
move to
will
the
it look
mat.
on the mat now?
Yeah, that's again asking on the mat. I'm going to confirm. And now can you see?
Oh, so now it is on my blue cardstock
Yes,
wherever I want to draw it. So
absolutely.
attach
Okay.
is where you want the writing to be attached to your cardstock or the material that you want the things to happen. So the
Yes.
same thing for the viewers, I want to let you know the pen and the score, the way you want the software to make a line for you, you need to attach it where exactly you want the line, the scoring to happen.
Yes.
Ranjit,
Now even yeah.
another thing that I want for, I'm asking from the users side is uh, how do we do the print and cut? I think yesterday also tons of people were asking about print and cut. Can I print this? Like, is it printing it, or right now I understand it's cutting it. Can I print it if I want the printer to print it?
Yeah. So the you can print this design as separately, like you can print this as is, okay?
Okay.
Like you can like you want to change this back to pink, you can change it to pink, okay? So you can print this as two individual designs, okay? Or if you want you want it to be put on, you want it to be contrasted, you can just, and this is align, you center it, okay?
Okay.
You can print it this way or you can print it this way. It's up to you, okay? And
Okay.
so that is one option you have in printing. Okay.
But how
This
do we
is,
print
and you should
it? How do we
remember,
print it?
this is actually a cut file. This is not an
Okay.
image file.
Okay.
This is a cut file that we have taken. Okay. So yes, let me align it. Okay. So now I have centered it. Okay. Then again, the same process. You need to attach it because you
Okay.
want this one on top of the other. Okay. And you need first, what next to attach, there is a tab called flatten.
Flatten it. So you need to press
Okay.
flatten it. Just next to the attach on the right
Yeah.
side bottom, there is a tab called flatten.
Yeah.
It makes any image, any shape into print and cut.
Yeah. And if you look at the layers panel, it's flattened it and it's turned it and it says print and cut. So the layers panel is your friend. Okay, it will tell you what you are doing to the whatever matter is on your design space. Okay. So now you have flattened it. It is telling you this has been flattened now. Okay. And it is now a print and cut image. Earlier on I showed you when it was a cut file, there were two layers, right? It was a pink layer and a blue layer. Okay. Now, as soon as you click on flatten, it becomes, so suppose you think, no, I don't want this color. I want to change the color. You can go back and before you can just click on flat
You
and
can
it
unflatten it and then change the
unflatten it
color.
and goes back into a cut image.
Ranjita
Okay. It
ji,
is,
can we show them how we upload an image from our system and then use and then have a print and cut? So just while Ranjita ji is showing us, please also understand that this is not a printing machine. You would need a separate printer to print your images, and the machine would cut it. So here you can see how Ranjita ji is uh,
yeah.
uploading an
So
image from
once
her
you,
system.
let me just go back.
Yes, please, please.
So this is your workspace. Okay, now I want like this image. I've already flattened it. Okay, and it is this image I want to print, but I also want to take some of the image to print. So on the left hand side, there is this
Ranjita
upload
ji, your
button.
phone, we couldn't see the upload. Can you just move the phone on a little bit on the left hand side? The tab, yes. So on the left
Okay.
bottom, you can
The
see an upload
last one, the
option.
last tab on the left hand side is upload. So you click on upload, it goes to your upload screen. Okay, you just, and if you look at this, look at the screen here, it says you can upload a JPEG, a PNG, a GIF, SVG, DXF. It's these are all the different formats that you can upload. So any of these formats from any of the other softwares you're using, you can upload. Okay, click on upload image. Okay, then you just go into browse. Okay, and it'll immediately tell you all the, like, it'll open your
All the compatible
latest folder.
images.
Yeah, all the compatible images. Okay.
So for the viewers to understand, we usually would upload an image where you are making a logo for a company, or maybe having their trademarks printed. So then you can just upload it and then cut it as a print file. Um,
Yeah, so now I have uploaded this image, so I'm just going to click on continue, and then you come to this screen where you can remove the background, you can resize it, you can crop it. Okay, there are a lot of options here. Okay, I'm just going to use this image as is, so I'm just going to click apply and continue. Then it is going to give me a cut image. Okay, this is how it will
so
cut
these are
out
the
this
three
whole image.
options that,
Yeah,
yes.
you have. Okay, and then you click, I just want to use this as a graphic. Okay, and it also gives you what, like, this is with access, you have what is called this multiple layer. So you have three layers that it has picked up, three colors that it has picked up from this image, and you can cut these individually if you want. That is for a more advanced class. Okay,
So
so
multi-layer is nothing but just converting a plain image
yes,
into
into
SVG.
SVG. So now I have already done what. So here you can go in and name this image. You can call it, or you can add it to a new collection for you to save it later. So then you click on upload, and now it will come directly into your Mac.
So just a tip here, whenever you're uploading an image, make sure it's a high resolution image. Anyways, you will get an error on we'll see when the image is loaded. It takes a little bit while because the image sizes are too big sometimes. So it's perfectly fine. Like, it's not something wrong has happened with the software. Which paper can we use for printing? Any photo paper is fine, Komal
Yes,
Sanjeev. You can use any photo paper, Kodak or any local brand is perfectly fine.
I think this mistake
We did
is
have, Anitaji,
too
while it's
long.
uploading, I'll just answer a question. Somebody had
Yeah,
asked, where is the draw feature in the iPad? So on the iPad, on the bottom, inside, unlike the desktop, on the iPads, on the bottom you have an operation feature where basic cut is written. So just click on that, and then you can see all the operation that's possible with the image or with the shape. So I hope I have answered. Somebody had asked this question. It's on the bottom for iPad and phones. Yeah. So you can see how big the image
so
is. So you can
if
just
we look
resize
at
the
it,
image.
yeah. So here, if you look on the layers panel, like I told you, layers panel is your best friend. Okay, it is telling you this image is too large. Okay, so it is telling either you can change your page size depending on your printer, or you can auto resize. I'm just going to click on auto resize, and then it is going to resize this image too. Or you can either go in for auto resize, or you can do it yourself. So as you keep clicking, it'll the after once you reach the right size, it is the red one is changed, and what is it saying is that this layer is quite complex, which can lead to a poor canvas performance. So if you want to make any major changes to this image, it is going to cause problems. So it has already read your image, it has understood what kind of image it is, and is telling you, okay, guy, okay, you want to go ahead with this, you can go ahead, but if you want to make changes, now is the best time to do it before you print. So
Yeah,
this
so
is how you
it's
bring in
just
an
a
image.
warning. So it's
Yeah,
just like
understood.
if you have a yellow sign, then it's a warning. If it is red, then that means it will not take you further. So just
Yeah.
understand, uh, it can still cut it. It's just telling you that, the design space does not advise
Yes.
because of the quality of the image.
Okay. So this is this is there. Like, we had a lot of questions on print and cut, and this is how you get an image in for printing. And then let me show you what happens when you go to make. So I already showed you what happens when you go in for cutting an image. So this is when you want to print an image. Let's see what happens. So I've clicked on make.
So for printing, again, I'm repeating the same thing. You need to have a separate printer. The
Separate
Cricut will not
printer.
print for you. But yes, you can change any image. You can also upload. You can change existing design space images into a print and cut. Either by selecting from your operation menu, just press print and cut, or flattening the image. So flatten maintains the colors for you. Since the image is very heavy, so that's why it's taking
Yeah.
time to load onto the further. If you have any question, I can take it right now. I think I have answered most. And Ranjita ji, while it is loading, what are the tips that you would want the users to know about the design space? Is
Uh,
there any
so
your favorite thing about the design space that's there?
my favorite thing about the design space is I can use my keyboard shortcuts that I use with my other software on design space also. Like you just don't need to use the mouse all the time.
Also, like Control C, Control V,
Yes.
Control X, just
Yes.
like the way we had in Windows.
Yes.
So we can use the Windows
Shortcut
shortcuts
keys.
on our
Yeah.
design space also.
Yes.
We cannot cut any acrylic sheet with the Cricut, but we can cut the acetate
Yes.
sheets. Okay, so
That.
I'll give my favorite thing about design spaces, um, the offset feature. Since I am a cardstock, a cake topper maker, I usually use offset to add tons and tons of layers to the design, which helps me to make different layers on a cake topper, just like here, like I had showed before. So you just by adding layers, you can see the amount of layers that's there.
Guys, I'm sorry. I think the design space it hung up, so I'm just going to restart it.
Okay. No
Go back.
problem, Ranjita ji. And why when I say how you can maximize the design spaces, uh, save your projects, arrange them in proper folders on the design space. In this way, you can easily grab it next time when you have the same kind of order, and then just cut those designs, which saves your time. And when you're into a small business, it's very important from where you're getting the images, how fast are you designing a product so that you can produce it professionally and within the deadline. So I think design space lets you do that. That is the best thing about design space. The efficiency that it cuts with, the quality of cuts that it provides. Yeah. So we have just changed the
Yeah, I've
picture.
just changed the image, but that I think that image was a very high resolution. So this is like it was for a cake topper that I had designed it, and it was and this is still a high resolution image. It is 12 centimeters by 15 centimeters, which is approximately what you would use for a cake topper. And
Ranjita ji,
once I resized this,
Ranjita ji, just do the screen a little bit on the left, please.
which is okay.
More left, more left. We can't see your cake top. Yeah.
Is it better now?
Yes. Yes, the video would be saved on the Cricut India page.
Okay, is it better
Yes,
now? I think it's better.
now it's good.
So, like I told you, when you look at the layer, I just want to show you the layers page. Like once you have this image, when it was originally uploaded, you see if this is too big. Okay, even though this is 31 centimeters, it is something like it can still fit on your A4 sheet. Okay, but it's once you make it a little smaller, the resolution is there. Okay, it will tell it, and the size is also smaller. You immediately, if you see the warning sign has gone. Okay, So when we click on make it, it'll ask you, I just don't want to save it. Okay. So this is the
You can
page
see
you
how
get.
the print and cut screen
So this
looks
is,
like.
yeah, because my printer, both are A4 printers, A4 size printers, it is telling me that I can cut it on a A4 sheet, and this is how it is going to cut out. Okay. And once I click on continue, so I'm happy with this image. I'm happy about the size of the image. So I'm going to click on continue, and it tells you send to printer. Can you see that? And it is
Yes.
telling me I need to have a letter size. So it is already telling me what size paper I should load into my printer. Okay, and suppose I click send to printer. Okay, it tells me that it is going to have get printed with sensory marks. Okay, and this is a new feature of Cricut. I think they introduced this a couple of months ago. You have these four tab kind of lines here that gets printed, and this is done through design space. Okay, this is not something I have done to the design. This is done by design space, so it'll help the machine read where my image is. So
Here
the
I
house
would
this
want to add, design space, please read all the prompts that
yes,
comes while you are working on the design space, because those are the prompts that's actually guiding you and
yes,
helping you what is the next step, so that you
yes,
will never go wrong with your project, with your cuts and the machine.
yeah.
So all the sensor
And
marks clearly tells you how exactly you have to place it on the
yeah,
mat
if you
to
see
cut it.
there's arrow mark that says on top. So this arrow should be pointing to the top corner of your mat. Okay, so this is the arrow that needs to be on top of your mat. If you turn it around, then it is going to cut everything haywire. Okay, so then you click on next. Okay, then it you need to go in and select your printer. So this is the printer that is connected. You can click on number of copies. You can add bleed if you want to make sure that you don't have any white lines around your cut after it is cut. And you can also use a printer's preferences. Like you can go and set up your printer to be linked to your machine through design space. Okay. So this is how the print and cut works. And you just click on cancel and you come back to your workspace. Any other questions, Reina, you have?
Ranjit, somebody is asking
Mm,
what kind of printer. Just to let you know, any inkjet printer is a
yes.
good printer. So, Ranjita ji, two more things I know. I know it's very
Yeah.
good in the design space is the weld and the slice feature. I think if we can
Yes.
quickly tell our viewers about the slice feature and the weld feature, I think then pretty much we have covered everything on the design
Okay.
space.
So just as I told you about
Okay,
the layers
I need a
panel on
moon.
the
I need a half
yeah.
moon. I need a half moon. How can
Okay.
we make a half moon using a free shape circle? If you can just guide me with that.
Okay. So now shapes. So as you can see on the shapes panel, these are the things that are available if you have a free access, and these are the shapes that you need to have that you have access to if you want to have a if you have access. So these are freely available for you if you have access. Otherwise, you have this. But for me, I don't have access, but I can create all these shapes using just these basic shapes that are there that is available to me. Okay. So you wanted a half moon, so I'm going to just going to, so the basic design for a half moon is a circle. Okay.
Okay.
So I've just taken a circle. Okay. And on the right hand side, I have the option to duplicate it. So I'm just going to duplicate. So I'm going to change the color of my half moon. Okay. So I'm going to make one pink. Okay. One is going to be black. So so I want a half moon that is turned on the left hand side, or I can make a half moon that is turned on the or facing right hand side or
Ranjit, just
upside down
turn the
also.
focus a little bit on the left, please, for the camera. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to cut this half moon upside down. Okay.
Okay.
So what I need to do is just select both these things. And if you look at the right hand side corner here, where we use the attach and the flatten feature, we have something called the slice.
Okay. Also, I
Okay.
can
So
see
now I have
how the
sliced it.
number of layers have
Yeah.
increased now.
Now I have I have two half moons from
Oh,
two circles.
lovely.
Okay, well, I have a pink half moon and a black half moon. On top of that, I have these two new shapes which are like leaves. So now I can make two leaves, I can make two half moons. So actually, without access itself, you can create. It's just your imagination is your limitation. That's
Rantaji,
what
can
cricket
I
is all about.
also join anything together? Like, if I need to make, let's say, envelope, and, as I said, maybe envelope is not free. Maybe it's not free. It's not available. Can I make like an envelope shape
So what
by
shape
just
do you
joining?
think you would need for an envelope? We need a rectangle shape, right?
Oh, yeah,
That is going to
rectangle
yeah,
and maybe
a
a
rectangle,
triangle.
and
A
maybe
triangle.
we need a triangle or even a hexagon, maybe half a hexagon. Okay, just to
Okay.
make that tab. Okay, so I'm just going to, and I can remove the lock here, and I can resize this to whatever to match my triangle.
So we can resize the shapes that's
Yeah,
available there.
yeah. Okay, so let me just change the color so you know what has happened. Okay,
Yeah, I think
so
this
this
makes
is
clear.
this was actually a hexagon, and this is a triangle shape. Okay, so I'm just going to move this here because I want to create the tab for the envelope, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to keep it this way. Okay, to match. Just make sure. Suppose you don't like you feel that you have not matched it correctly. Just zoom out. Okay, then you can see better. Okay, is this better now? Can you see it better now? Let me
Yes,
just
yes, Chandra.
move this to the center of the map. Okay.
So we
So I've
select both the
all that
layers.
I have done is I have just moved this. So it depends on what kind of a tab you want. You want this kind of a tab or that kind of a tab. It's your choice. I mean, whatever you want to do. Okay. So now I'm going to cut these two, and if I slice it, what is going to happen is this shape is going to cut this shape. Okay, but I don't want to slice it. I need to join this black piece with the purple piece. Next to slice, there is something called combine. Okay, can you see this at the bottom? Okay, so you have weld, you have unite, you have subtract, intersect, and extrude. So these are all different options you have. At the moment, you're just going to choose weld. So
Oh,
now that I have welded,
okay. Yes.
can
So
you see
now
the
it has turned
magic has
into
happened?
envelope.
Okay. So now what do I need to do? So I want to make a money envelope. Okay. So I need score lines. I need
I need a
lines
folding
here.
line. Yes, I need a
Yes.
folding line.
So you just go into shapes and the folding line is available free. So you just pick the folding line. Okay. And if I stop clicking it, you can see it's just dashed lines. Okay, this line you can either score it, you can change the operation here on top. You can either score it, you can draw it, or you can make it a wavy score line. You can use like you want to foil on it, you can do it. There are
So
all
it
the
all
options.
depends
You
on
can
my
like if I
creativity.
do
What?
basic cut, yeah. If I
Okay.
do a basic cut, it becomes it cuts, it'll cut continuously, but I only want to score it. So I'm just going to go to score here. Okay,
Okay.
once I click on score it is so now I can rotate it. You have a rotate option also on top. I just put 90 degrees and it is going to, and I
Rotate it.
just place it. Well, this is where I want my fold to be, but I'm going to change the color of the envelope so you can see it better. Okay, so this is going to be my score line. I want one more score line right here, so this part will fold up. Okay, so I'm just going to duplicate it on my screen, or I can also do Control C, Control V. Okay, now I have a envelope, a money envelope. So I just need to just apply glue from here to here. Once I cut it, I just apply glue and then I just fold it up and my envelope is ready. So how quick was that? Maybe it took me 3 minutes to design this.
Correct. And just to let you know, again, just like the pen, you will have to attach the score lines using the attach tool so that the system knows that on the paper only you're
Yes.
making two lines. Like you're using your stylus or the scoring tool
Yeah.
to
So
do
now
that.
you need to final step is that you need to attach it so it all moves together. If I remove attach from this, if I detach this, if I move the paper will move away from the score line. So if I need to keep the score line where I placed it, I definitely need to attach this. So right now there is one more very interesting feature with Design Space, especially if you're creating your own personalized items. Okay, can you tell me? Can you guess what I'm going to talk about?
Are we talking about the inset, the fonts? We never talked about, nobody even asked me about the fonts.
I'm not talking about the font. I want to first start with templates. A lot of us use this a lot. Like these are all the common things you generally make with cricket, right? And you just look at the number of templates we have on cricket. Okay, these are all
Oh,
the
yes.
things that you can personalize with cricket, right? And just look
Yes.
at the variety of things that you can do. And for any small business, so this is like a bonus. So, like your customer comes and says, "See, I need you to make a t-shirt, a design for my t-shirt. I want it for all my employees who are like different sizes. I have 10 different sizes. Okay. And you need to cut it out. And these are the names. You just need to do it. So what do? You just get your template out. Okay. And here you can, on top, you can see this says what template. It's a woman's short sleeve design. Okay. And then
Oh,
you have all the sizes. You can create custom size, small, extra small, medium, large, extra large, and double XL.
Ranjitaji,
Okay.
can I call template as like a guide for us? Was it
Yes,
like is it a guide,
this
right?
is
Because
just a guide.
I don't
This will
see,
not cut.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
this
don't
will
see
not come. This is
anything on the
just,
layers on the right
yeah,
hand side. The layers are all blank. So that means
empty.
it's not cutting.
It
It's
will
not
not
going
cut.
on the mat.
This template will not cut. It is just a guide for you. So I'm going to select double XL. Okay.
Okay. So we
Okay.
get
Now,
the
so
size of
can
the
you see this
t-shirt
has
that is
become
there.
bigger now? Can you see like I'm at 25%, but now
Yes.
it's so if I make it 100%, can you see how
Oh,
big it is now?
it has become very big, right?
Okay. So I'm just keeping it at 25% so that we can all see what is happening. Okay. So when I have this size, all that I need to do is I can go into fonts. Okay. And let me just give you a short introduction to fonts. Okay. As soon as you click on fonts, the font tab opens up on top. Okay. And we have all these fonts available. Anything that has
Ranjita
A
ji,
on it.
can you remove
Yeah,
your
you can.
camera on the left? Yes. So you can see
Okay.
the tons of fonts that is available in the
Yeah.
design
These
space.
are all the fonts that are available on Cricut Design Space. A lot of them are with access, but there are a lot of them without. You don't need to pay access. Also, you can that not only that you can also use the fonts that are there on a computer, which you don't need to pay for at all. So somebody was asking me whether you can use any other language. If you download the particular language's font, it is and into your system, you can still use it. You just click on your system tab, and then that font is like I have Tamil font here, which I can use. Okay, I can also use my other fonts that are there. So I'm just going to use my system font. So if you see this text is too small, okay, so I'm just going to write my name because that's easy to do.
Yeah.
Can you still see? I think I moved.
Yeah, it's too small,
It's
Ranjita ji.
too
If you
small.
can just increase the.
So for this size of t-shirt, I think in front this will look good. Okay, or if you feel that is you need it bigger, this is actually if you look at this, okay, this is the size you would be cutting. Then the actual size you will be cutting. If you look at the size tab on top, it says 36.28, 26, and 16 centimeters. Okay, which is approximately 6 inches high, which is going to be the actual size of for a double XL t-shirt.
Ranjita ji, can you move the camera to the little bit on the left side? I think the viewers want. Yes.
Okay. So now if you look at if you look at this, because this is the template of your t-shirt. So this tells you exactly what size your font needs to be to fit a triple XL t double XL t-shirt. If you look at the sizing, it's saying 36.28 to 16.8. So the approximately 12 inches by 6 inches.
Okay.
Okay, how
So
much
basically,
more
the
easier can
template,
it get?
using the templates, we can get to know the kind of font, the size of the fonts, the size of the image
Yeah.
that needs to go on the
And
t-shirts
how it is
for
going
like
to look
business
on a t-shirt.
purposes.
So I can also change the color of my font. I can make it pink. So on my white t-shirt, this is how it is going to look.
So you can get an idea of
Yes.
how it is going to look like for your clients. So
Yeah.
you can even like
And the beauty
click
and yeah
picture
and what
and send.
yes. Another thing I want to tell you is like when you like let me just go and restart with font. I'm just going to replace. So if I so when I look at templates and let me just take the same t-shirt again.
So you can see there are onesies also. You can just, Ranjita ji,
Yeah.
please move the camera on the left. I think it's again and again diverting
It's
towards the right.
moving. Yeah. Can you see it now? Is it better?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
We gotta just move the laptop this side. Okay. So on when you as soon as you get your template, this is like this screen is where you select the options for your template. So like I told you, you have sizes. You can also choose your color. So suppose this is going to be a blue t-shirt. If I click on blue, it becomes blue.
Yeah. So for your clients, you can
Yeah, this is
actually
what. Yeah.
click the picture on the screen and show
Yes.
them how exactly, the design is going to look like.
Yeah. Absolutely. So templates is something that we want, and fonts we have discussed. Anything else,
Yeah.
Raina, that you have doubts or you've
Ranita
been
ji,
asked?
one quick question. A lot of time people ask about the design space subscription. If we can just show them, um, are they missing out something on design space subscription, or are they not missing out? And I just want to show them so that they can take their own call whether they should take a design space subscription or not. We have seen everything here. Without the design space subscription, everything you can do.
Yeah.
You can use fonts, you can upload picture, you can do print and cut. So there is no issues with not having a subscription. But I think if, since we are taking a session on design space, it would be good for us to also show you what all is there in the design space subscription.
Yes.
Since I am a non-designer, for me having a design space subscription just helps me because it opens up my world of images and projects, ready-made projects, uh, to like even more bigger. If it's a river and an ocean kind of thing for
Yeah.
me, so I would rather go to the ocean.
See, the design space subscription, there are three main things that people may need it. Okay, but it depends on what. One is this is sticker feature, because it this is a paid feature.
Okay.
Creating a sticker is a paid feature. So, but you can actually try out access without subscription for 30 days for you
Oh,
to know whether you need to take it or not. Okay, so if you're a new user, you've just downloaded the software, I would suggest just play around with the free access. And if you, after playing around and you feel that you may want to try the access, you can try it for 30 days for free. And then you can decide whether you want to pay for it. So it is not like you need to pay for the software immediately. Okay. So, and you can also, also have the option to check it out. So you can, like, even without the trial, you can check it out and see all the features you want. And only when you go in to give it for cut, it is going to. So suppose I want to say apply a border to a sticker. This is like, now it is already applied. Okay, now you have this notification at the bottom saying this feature requires a Cricut access. Okay, so it's only when you want to use this Cricut feature that you need
okay. So
access. There's a one more
we
feature
can
that's
try
called
it.
monogram.
We won't be
Yeah.
able to use it, but we can at least try what exactly the feature is. So print and cut is just like our flatten that we have done, but
Yes.
it is a quick and a easy process of converting any font, any image,
Yes.
any shape, anything into a sticker.
Sticker. So this is one of the extra features that are there. Instead of going through all the steps of flatten, unflatten, and creating an offset and all that, this is one step way to create a sticker or any cut image or a print and cut image. Okay, as soon as you click on the if you look at the layers panel, it's turned to print and cut. You don't need to go, and all these other features are all grayed out. So that is one feature. Then you have what is called the monogram feature, which also needs, like, if you want to create any monograms for personalization, then you will need that feature.
And it
Okay.
has, I
So,
think,
and
I think for monogram they have lots of designs with each and every
yes,
alphabet that's there, and I think the window is like a table format where you can
yes,
just put the alphabet and see many different designs with the same alphabet. That's
absolutely.
possible.
And the one more feature is the warp feature. So
Oh,
that
that's a
is like
fantastic one.
a subscription. But the warp feature, the beauty about design space is they have given you a workaround for any payment options. So if you want to use the warp feature, in warp there are lots of other features. There are a lot of advanced features that are there. Okay, but if you just want a simple warp, you just want a curve, there is this option to just curve your image, so you can just curve it
And
around
which
a
is
circle.
free to use,
Yeah,
which is
this is
free to
free to
use.
use. You don't need to pay for this. Is part of the regular access. You don't need a subscription for this. Okay, just like in print and cut, you have the flatten feature to print and cut and make a sticker. You also have you have the curve thing, so you can turn your text around in a circle.
Okay.
Okay.
Ranjit, there's somebody who has asked if we can upload characters. Yes, I think Ranjita ji had just shown how you can upload your own image and cut it using the print and cut. Uh, so it is possible.
Yeah. And if they want to remove the image, there are a lot of free options
Yeah.
online and that they can use to remove the
Yeah,
background.
there are free
But
online softwares
yeah,
to just remove the background for the image.
yes. And if you want to use it for in cricket, then you need that's when you need access. Like you want to do everything on the software, then you need access. But if you want to, if you have other apps that which you can create SVG files, in which you can remove backgrounds, in which you can create your own pictures, then you don't need access at all. So access is only an option for people who want to use Cricut Design Space solely for all their creations.
Ranjita ji, somebody had asked, I think they were answered, the difference between group and attach.
Okay. So let's
Yes,
take
I think I would
our
want you
favorite
all to see
circle.
the screen. Verbally it's easy to explain, but if you see it on the screen, maybe it will be more comfortable for you to understand what exactly is grouping and attaching.
Okay. So now I have these two shapes. Let me just change the color of one of the shapes. Okay, so now I have these two shapes. Okay. Now I'm introducing a third shape. I'm going to introduce a star. Okay, and I'm going to change the color of my star to yellow. So now what I want to do is I'm going to design this like a tab. I just want to put all these things together to see how it is going to look. Okay. So and then when I'm moving this, what happens? My shapes keep moving away. Okay. Whenever I want to move one shape out and introduce another shape. So what I do is I just select these two because I just want those. That is going to be my base cut. Okay. So
Okay.
what then I do is I just right click, and then I group it. So now nothing that I do, this thing is just going to keep moving anywhere on the workspace together.
Also,
It
and
is
when
not
we
going to
resize
come.
it, they both resize as per each other, right?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, now what is happening? So now I can move my star here, I can move my star here, or I can, if I suppose I want to weld the star on top here or on the side here, I just fix it like that. So then if I want these three to stay together while I add another image, I just group it. Okay.
Okay.
Now when I send it to cut, it is going to cut
On three
on
different
three
cardstock.
different layers.
Okay.
Can you see? I have the
Yes, we
star
can.
and the yellow, the blue one here. And that's how I want it. That is fine. Okay, I want to cut it differently, and then I want to glue it, cut it separately, and then glue it. It is fine. But if I want to cut all these together continuously, I just do everything and then I click on attach. Now can you see?
Yes.
But if
So
I
now it becomes one single layer.
one single layer, but what is going to happen is this star is going to slice into my rectangle. This rectangle is going to slice into my circle.
Also,
Can you see?
I will get all cuts. I will get the star cut into
I've
the
intersected.
triangle,
Yeah, yeah,
the rectangle will cut into the circle.
yeah. It will be
So
something
I still
like
have three different
yes.
shapes of, I don't know what shape
Of the
would I
same
call it
color,
now.
it'll all cut on the same mat. Okay,
Okay.
so if suppose this is what you want, then that is fine. Okay, but be careful when you're attaching something and moving it. It is going to get stuck onto that, but then the operation is still going to be independent.
Okay.
Okay, so it is still going to cut separately. So what do you think I should do? I should suppose I want this to be cut like this, but I don't want it to be cut individually. I detach it. Okay,
Can
and I
anybody
select
type it
everything
here?
and I go
What
in
is the
and
thing
weld.
that they should do? What do you think? Okay. Weld. Weld was the answer for that. If you still want the shape to be how it is, you will weld and then you will cut it.
So when you weld and cut, can you see the shape that's come up? So
Yes.
this is the shape you wanted. This is the kind of tab you wanted to create. Then this is how you do it. So this software is just so easy, guys. It's like you just need to start playing around with it. Okay, like okay, one question that I get asked is, do I need to be computer savvy? Do I need to have a basic computer education to run the software? Absolutely not. If you can use an Android phone, if you can use a tab, if you can use a laptop, for any of your basic needs, the software is perfect for you. Because the software, like we showed you, it teaches you things. You just need to play around. And there is nothing that you do in the software that is going to corrupt the software, or it is going to create a problem for you. So if if you've done something you didn't want, just go and do an undo. The undo
Yes.
button is right here on top. Just click undo, and it will, whatever the last action, see, like it is all, it's once it did the undo and it detached, all my shapes are there,
Till the time
right?
you have not saved
I've
your
grouped it.
project,
Okay,
undo will
suppose I
work on it.
ungroup, yeah. Once I ungroup, can you see all my projects? And I've grouped this again. And my layers panel is telling me.
You can see
If
on
you
the
look,
right side the layer
on the
panel.
right hand side,
You can see
the
the
layers
three
panel is telling me
different.
the star is separate, and the circle is a basic cut, and this is a basic cut, and these three are individual cuts. Okay. So what did I do? I actually sent it almost to be cut. Then I got confused. I came back and I just did an undo. And it is like I can go back to my very first step. Just keep clicking undo, and you're going back to your. Can you see it has come back to my original screen?
Yeah.
So it is as
But for that,
simple. So
just
don't be
need to add.
afraid. Yeah.
Don't save it. Before saving,
Yes.
till the time you have not saved it, you can undo, and reach your first step. Because when you're designing, and a lot of time happens, you made some mistake
Yeah.
in the font placement. Just undo it, and then you can reach to your first step.
Yeah, and don't be intimidated by the software at all. Software or application is just something for you to use. It is extremely user friendly and is actually a very fun. So even if you don't want to buy a machine now, just download the software and
Yes,
start playing with it. Maybe
you can start using
you
the
will be
software. There's an
interested. Yeah,
option of with use software without the machine, so you can just use
absolutely.
the software
Yeah.
and use it. Is there any questions that you have? Please ask us now. Um Ranjita ji, I think we have pretty much covered everything on the design space today that the users would need for the small scale. If they want to start a small
Yeah.
business. But still, I'm waiting if anybody has any question. I think we've covered all the questions, and thanks to Dolce and Ishita and uh, Apeksha, they're all answered in between for us. Good to see your face back, Ranjita ji.
So it was a fun session, Reina. Thank you so much. You put in a lot of effort getting all these questions ready and then answering all the questions. So if anybody has any question, we'll be on for another 5 more minutes. So if there's anybody else who have any other questions, please pitch it to us, or even later on, just send us a direct message on
The
cricket.in, and we will
session
100%
would
answer you.
be saved on the Cricket India page. So
Yes,
please go through the session before running around where we can learn about design
yes,
space. This session has all the information that you would need to
yes.
start your design space. And now you can start playing with different tools that's there. So please go download design space, use it, and see how user friendly it is.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining, whoever has joined us.
Yes, guys. Thank you. Thank you for joining. It was fun to be with you guys. Thank you for all your questions. And like I said, if you want to send a direct message to us on our personal pages, please do so. If you want to send messages to Cricket India, please do so. But at the same time, just click on our profiles and start following us, because we post all our creations almost every other day. There is some post coming up. It'll come up in Cricket Club India also.
And if you are into small business and looking for packaging, then tomorrow please tune in at
Yeah.
4:30 back again to Cricket India page. We have two lovely ambassadors. We'll be talking to you about
Yes.
how to package your beautiful creations that you are making.
Yeah. And we'll also be there. Like Reina and I plan to be
Okay.
on that session as well. So if you watch this again and you still have doubts, please come back and ask more questions. Please ask questions. That's
Yeah,
all the
that's
message that we
all we
wanted.
say. Please ask question. Ask open to everybody so everybody can see. Maybe that's the question they are also looking an answer for.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank you
Thank you
guys.
everyone who has
Thank you
joined us.
everyone.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Ranjita
Bye.
ji. Bye
Bye.
bye.